what's going on, guys? So, I'm sure you've heard this on the news. It's been everywhere all day. All day. This is Monday, April 28th, and there is a huge power outage in Europe. Europe's having some power problems, at least with, I think it's three major countries over there. We got Spain and Portugal, and I forget what the other one is exactly. We're just going to kind of read through this. I did use ChatGPT to help me find some of this information quickly, and I found some links through here that we'll go through a couple videos, and a chick from Spain's reaction as well. So a massive power outage struck southwestern Europe on Monday, today, April 28th, leaving millions without electricity across Spain, Portugal, and parts of southern France. The blackout began around 12:30 p.m. local time and is considered one of the most severe in recent European history. I mean, that's three countries, man. That is three major countries in Europe. So, millions of people lost power. Millions. Let's see. This is impacts and disruptions. We got Spain and Portugal. Both countries experienced widespread outages, with Spain losing approximately 15 gigawatts. That's about 60% of its national demand in just 5 seconds. 60% in just 5 seconds, guys. That's crazy. That is insane. Public transportation, including subways and trains, were halted. Traffic lights failed, and essential services like hospitals and airports operated on backup generators. Yeah, crazy. Approximately 35,000 train passengers required emergency evacuation. That's nuts. That's a lot of fucking people. 35,000 train passengers. I think I do have a video on people evacuating the trains. They're like actually walking through the subway tunnels and shit being evacuated. It's a little short video. Let's see. Southern France and Andorra. Parts of Jesus crikey, I can't talk. Parts of southwestern France and the Principality of Andorra also experienced brief outages, highlighting the interconnected nature of Europe's power grids. Damn! So to me, like what I just out of that, just in 5 seconds, 60%. It's just scary to think like how fragile our power grids are. You know, I live in the United States, and I can't imagine our power grid is much better than in Europe's. So it's a very fragile thing. So there's talks of what happened. So the exact cause of blackout remains under investigation. The blackout remains under investigation. Portuguese grid operator REN suggested that extreme atmospheric conditions might have destabilized high voltage lines. Though this explanation has faced skepticism, Spanish authorities reported a sudden loss of 15 gigawatts of power, but have not confirmed an underlying cause. Cybersecurity agencies in both countries have found no evidence of a cyber attack. So I find this pretty interesting as well, and I'm going to go back to how sensitive our power grids are. And that should be scary. We should be terrified of that. And we should work on improvements across the globe. I mean, this is millions of people. Like, just travel plans got halted. I have a video of this guy grocery shopping in the dark. Which, the whole planet runs on power. And if it's this fragile, there's just an atmospheric disruption that caused this large of a power outage. Like, this is the largest power outage in Europe, apparently in a long time, if ever. But they've made good progress. By Monday evening, power had been restored to over 92% of affected areas. So they were on double time, and they did it quick. Aided by electricity imports from France and Morocco. So they did need some help. Like, hey guys, we need some power, neighbors. However, the Iberian Peninsula's limited interconnection, only about 6% with the broader European grid, posed challenges to the recovery process. So they weren't as interlinked, so it was a little more difficult for those guys. So that's wild. So that was AP News Wired. If you guys are wondering, this is where these are coming from. I read the investigations is from The Guardian or Wired, Euro Weekly, AP News, Weather Channel. Like, everybody's fucking covering this. Everybody. We'll jump down a little bit. I won't bore you guys with too much reading. Maybe we'll watch a video real quick and then I'll jump back into it. So this is the video right here of the people that are walking through the subways in Portugal or one of the countries. But it's just a minute 23. I thought this was pretty interesting. Pitch black. Imagine the power just shutting down like in the middle of your daily life. Like this guy right now is in the grocery store. It's pitch black in there. Still open though, you know. These people see walking through the subway tunnels. Traffic lights are out through just... Oh yeah, traffic gets crazy. Traffic is a shit show. Look at that. This is Madrid. Look at that. You know this guy's hating his life right now. Having to do this all day, I'm sure.
I didn't sleep that well last night, so maybe I just need to like...
Yeah, it says at the Madrid Open, the power went out during Coco Gauff's post-match interview, and you can see, so look at like the ads in the background and the mic cuts off and then she's like, oh, what the fuck?
Not get a lot of sleep.
Yeah, see, everything just cuts out just right in the middle of that. Crazy. Power outage hit Madrid's main airport, leaving passengers stranded. Dude, can you imagine you have to go back to your home country, or you have work the next day or in the next couple days and you're just stranded. You're stranded, you know, without power, you're fucked. Dude, everything halts without power. Everything halts. This should be extremely concerning. I hope people are just working double time to figure out ways to avoid this from happening again. This is awful for these people over there. Some commuters had to exit trains in the middle of their journeys and wait along the tracks, bro. Like, come on. Subway station stopped working. People flocked to supermarkets to buy milk, water, and canned goods.
Pero por si acaso, cosas que no se caduquen rápido, conserva, un poquito de por si acaso.
No sé,
ya llevamos un rato sin electricidad, entonces no sabemos cuánto.
So obviously they got some backup power there. I'm sure it's generators or something. As most big businesses, I'm sure, have some backup power. But these guys are stocking up because they don't know how long it is and how big the power outage is. You don't know. You don't know. So
tiempo vaya a ser y pues lo que se vaya pudiendo comprar por el momento.
But on a mass scale, this should be scary. Like, say this happened for... the power was gone for even a week, you know, there's some panic would set in. People would start, you know, acting crazy. This was just one day, and it's going to take about a week for all of the power to get back. They got most of it back, so I don't think there's going to be a huge panic. But imagine if it was a week with no power across 3 countries. It's insane. France, just the southern part, but still. Should be quite concerning. Let's see. I also asked, I was wondering if there's a conspiracy behind it. Maybe it was a cyber attack. You know, maybe, I don't know. Let's say Russia or, you know, somebody wanted to play a little tricky poos on Europe. Not saying they would or have the intent to, but you never know. It could, you know, you never know. So authorities both in Spain and Portugal are actively investigating the incident. The Portuguese grid operator, REN. Okay, we already read this. The blackout might have been a rare atmospheric phenomenon, which is still crazy. That's just insane, bro. That's insane. We'll skip ahead. Cyber attack speculations. The possibility of a cyber attack has been raised, notably by Portugal's Deputy Minister of Territorial Cohesion, Manuel Castro Almeida. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Don't kill me for that. Who acknowledged in... So it turned down? Excuse me, I got distracted. who acknowledged it as a line of investigation. However, both the Portuguese and Spanish cybersecurity agencies have found no evidence supporting this hypothesis. So as of now, it's no cyber attacks. And if it is, they're not telling us. Always wonder. It's always good to wonder. Online conspiracy theories, despite the lack of evidence, conspiracy theories have surfaced online suggesting links to the broader global events or agendas. These claims have been debunked by fact checkers. We've come to know that a lot of fact checkers are very biased, so we don't know exactly. Who knows? Just saying, it's good. It's good to wonder. Like I said, emphasizing that the blackout was regional event with no ties to global conspiracies, which could also be very true, which is probably more likely. But who knows? Who knows? Who really knows? While the exact cause of the blackout remains under investigation, current evidence points towards technical failures or natural phenomena rather than deliberate acts. Authorities continue to analyze the incident to prevent further occurrences. Well, yeah. So there's people working on it from happening again, because it's God. You just should be so terrified of this. I mean, live your day-to-day lives, but this should be more terrifying. You know, people are terrified. There is a lady on here I'm going to show, and she says the same thing. And she's in Spain. So, this is where we're at now with how much power has been restored. So by 11 p.m. local time in Spain, Spain has restored nearly 50% of its power supply. So that's good. Ongoing efforts, the Spanish government has pledged to fully restore electricity to all 48 million residents by the end of the day. In Spain, 48 million residents lost power. 48 million. That's so many people. Imagine this happening. Even 3 days, I think, would spark panic. 3 days. A week. Imagine 2 weeks. You know? What if it was an act of war and then this happened? This should be taken seriously, I believe. Power is very important for every modern day country. In Portugal, restoration progress. Approximately 750,000 customers in Portugal have had their power restored. Customers, okay. Ongoing efforts. Portuguese grid operator REN has indicated for normalization of the network could take up to a week due to the complexity of the phenomenon and a need to rebalance electricity flows internationally. That's understandable. Like, they can, get a handle on it and get most of the power back, but of course it's going to take time to figure out what exactly happened, how to prevent it, and how to, get the rest of the power onto everybody. There's still ongoing challenges. I won't get too much into this. Some regions continue to experience significant disruptions. Public transportation systems, metros, trains are halted in certain areas still. So not all transportation is going. Emergency services are actively working to assist those affected, and authorities are investigating the root cause of the blackout. Okay. Thanks, Guardian. That was the Guardian that said that. So that's all I really got there. We'll watch. It's not this one. This lady, I believe she lives in Spain. She's from Spain, and she's very concerned about this, which she should be, and there should be more people concerned like she is, I believe. So let's listen to what she has to say. This was on Sky News Australia, by the way. They covered this.
And Europe's net zero agenda, blaming it for the chaos.
What's going on? Is this a cyber attack, or is it something as innocent as grid failure? Because if it is, it should make us think twice about the net zero agenda that is pushing towards full and total just electricity powered functioning of society, essentially, because they want to get rid of anything fossil fueled.
That's such a good fucking point, guys. I'm going to say fucking because it should be seriously taken. That's a good point. If everything's running on electricity, everything, and you're pushing it this fast, for one, most societies can't. I mean, there's not the infrastructure to really sustain that type of power, at least of now. But if you don't have like backups to these just random outages, and everything is electric, absolutely everything, that's caused some issues.
Agenda that is pushing towards full and total just electricity powered functioning of society, essentially, because they want to get rid of anything fossil fueled. Scary. This is Europe
scary.
2025. We should be a developed continent, and 3 major countries have zero electricity right now. I hope this gets fixed soon, because like I said, we have to pray for the people there, because chaos erupts very, very soon when everything stops working.
See, and that's what I was saying about a mass panic, if this was to last a lot longer, and this is millions of people, millions and millions of people. Yeah, a mass panic would happen, and that's exactly what she means right there. And
The U.S. Energy Secretary.
so that's really it, guys. I just think it's something that should be talked about and taken a little bit more seriously than what I've been seeing around YouTube. Yeah, there's been news coverage of it. There is people, doing their due diligence to talk about this in a more serious note. But yeah, really, we just got to wait and see, what they find, what really happened, why this power went out. And hopefully it wasn't any shady shit going on. Shady shit going on. But I appreciate you guys watching. I will keep you updated on this. Maybe we'll bring it up. We were doing the Glutton for Liberty podcast a little late. Possibly tomorrow we'll do it on Tuesday, but maybe I'll bring it up there and give you guys an update. So make sure to tune into that. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment or dislike, but definitely subscribe if you liked or disliked. Just do it. Just do it, guys. It helps us out. We would appreciate it much. Also, comment. We do read the comments, and we do like to reply to the comments. So appreciate you guys, and we'll see you later to the next one.